Welcome to the newest installment of the Untitled Film Nerd Project. My name is Phillip, and joining me as always is TJ.
Hello.
We have a special episode for you today. We are doing our bottom 5 movies from the 4th annual 31 Days of Horror, where we tally up our 5 biggest bombs for the month that we were very unhappy with. The cool thing about this is neither of us know what the other has written down, so the list is going to be a complete surprise. So, without further ado, let's get underway. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
You go first.
All right. My number 5 was Queen of Spades.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 was really hard, because there was a few movies I could have slotted into here. But the other ones I had picked here, I could find something redeemable about them. But Queen of Spades was just a big letdown for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the other movies that I was going to put in here, they at least had something about them that they didn't deserve to be on the list.
Yeah.
You?
Oh, mine is Bye Bye Man.
Okay, fair enough. I know I like that one more than you did.
Yeah. It was okay, but ultimately it doesn't go much further than okay.
Okay, fair enough. Interesting. Number 4 for me was The Vault. It wasn't necessarily a bad movie. It just wasn't a good horror movie.
Yeah.
And it had quality actors in it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it was boring.
Agreed. Mine is one that you already picked, Queen of Spades.
Okay. Right on. I thought you'd be more forgiving.
No.
Okay.
No, it was one that I was looking forward to.
Uh-huh.
And ultimately when I watched it, it just was a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And at that, a boring mess.
Yeah, it really was. I think I don't know. Well, no. I think I played my game on my phone the most during Queen of Spades.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it should have been higher. I'm looking at the rest. No, that's not true, because some of the other ones had me pissed off enough to keep writing. So Queen of Spades just was boring. All right, so number 3 for me is Crucifixion. It was, again, much like Queen of Spades. It was boring. It was a really poorly told story. The actress was completely miscast. And I just could not get into it. It had a lot of potential, and it just didn't realize it.
And my third one is Crucifixion.
Yay! We match up.
Pretty much everything mentioned. I was bored to tears. It couldn't decide what type of religious horror movie it wanted to be.
Exactly.
So it tried throwing all the religious horror movies in there at once.
Right.
Little Miss Nancy Drew did nothing for me.
Oh my gosh, it was...
While shot well,
Yes.
cinematography was on point,
Yes.
that is not enough to make a good movie.
It is not. No, you have to have a plot.
Yes.
All right, speaking of having a plot, number 2, Annabelle. I don't even know if I need to. Some of our movies are going to be different because I watch things you've already seen and you watch things I've already seen.
Yes.
This is one of them. And yeah, Annabelle speaks for itself. It's universally jeered for good reason. Bad story, bad writing, bad directing, bad use of the characters. Didn't even need Annabelle in the fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, Annabelle's number 2.
Mine is Wish Upon.
Okay. Fair.
This is another one that was just a mess. I didn't care for the main character.
Okay.
I mostly despised the main character. So uninteresting. And due to that, the entire movie's motivations just came across basic.
Okay.
Super basic.
Okay.
Like we had pointed out in our review, if it was the 90s
Yes.
and I was 13, I probably would be enjoying this.
Oh, yes. Definitely. All right. My number 1 movie, worst movie of the month. And it comes as no fucking surprise if you've listened to the reviews. The House is October Built 2. Giant piece of shit. I'm not fucking going to get into it. It pisses me off still. I'm still angry at this movie. It was horrible. The director made the same fucking movie twice and managed to alienate his audience from the first movie. Like, that's a level of incompetence you don't often see. I'm going to go on record saying the writer-director is not good at what he does. He needs to stop making movies. It's the worst movie of the month, in my opinion.
And my number one is also The Houses That October Built.
Because it's so shitty.
I damn well hated the first one. And
I know, yes.
I even hate this one possibly more.
Yeah.
Well, no, not possibly. I know for a fact. I hated this one.
It ruined
more.
the first one. Like, I was more forgiving of the first one, as we've said. And I think that's why I'm angrier than you. I know that's why I'm angrier than you. Because I had such potential.
To me, it turned this one and the first one into a giant commercial for the Blue Skeleton Group.
And it just turned the first movie into a joke.
Yes.
Like, what was kind of... like, that's why I kind of forgave the first one, because it was different. I thought it was a clever idea. And yes, the last 5 minutes were poorly executed, but I thought the build was good enough for me to not, pan it overall.
Mm-hmm.
The second one did the same exact fucking thing, just with a bigger budget and a drone.
Mm-hmm.
And it was bad. It was bad. Like, Houses October Built 2 was worse than Annabelle. Come on. How shitty do you have to be worse than Annabelle?
Mm-hmm.
Man. All right, so those are our bottom 5. We do have some dishonorable mentions. Ones that didn't quite make the list, but still deserve to be mentioned. I have 2, because I couldn't decide which one needed to be there. So, my first one is Wish Upon.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hate it nearly as much as you did, but I also thought that it was not done very well. And the director is proving to not be very good at his job.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't mind the main character nearly as much as you. I liked the mythology they were going with. It wasn't done very well. So I didn't think it was worse than any of the movies on the bottom 5, but it deserved to be mentioned. And my other dishonorable mention is Other Side of the Door.
Mm-hmm.
Again, good cast, good setting, but just a poorly told story. A really basic... This was my basic movie of the month. For me. It was just a basic ghost story that didn't do anything new or intriguing. There was a couple neat scenes, but, good directing and cinematography do not a good movie make. A couple of neat scenes do not a good movie make either.
Yeah.
What was on your side?
Mine was The Vault.
Okay.
Was one of them. This almost made it into the most disappointed movie.
Okay.
While I didn't hate it as much as you did.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the movie was just okay.
Right.
It still is possibly high on the list of being most disappointed because it was one of the ones I was anticipating to be good.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, it sounded good.
Yeah. So, but, it was just... this thing could have been a Sci-Fi Channel movie.
Yeah.
It would have been great for USA Network,
mm-hmm.
Sci-Fi Channel, you name it, straight to cable. But even that, I've seen straight to cable movies that were possibly better than this one.
Yeah.
And my other dishonorable mention is Beyond the Gates.
Oh, okay.
For kind of the same reasons. I'm
right.
like, I was just expecting better. And
yeah, fair.
While it didn't give me a horrible bad movie, it just didn't live up to the expectations.
Agreed. All right, and then finally we have our biggest disappointment of the month. Something that just let us down the absolute most. Mine's not on my top 5. My biggest disappointment, should come as no surprise to anyone that watched the reviews, is Creep 2. It was the biggest fucking letdown. I have gotten into verbal or online debates with people about it who loved it and thought it was better than 1. I don't see how. It took all the mystique from 1 and just kind of shit all over it and made the main character not as uneasy feeling as he was in part 1. And then the end was was so fucking cliche, especially after we got a beautiful, brilliant ending to 1 that still to this day resonates with me.
Mm-hmm.
So Creep 2 was just the absolute biggest letdown of the month for me.
Same. It was one of the movies I'd been anticipating for months, given how much we loved the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a waste of time.
Yeah, it was. It really was. And it's a trilogy, so there'll be a part 3. And like I said in the review, we'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's going to be her versus him, I don't care.
Yeah.
I honestly don't care.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that is our bottom 5 section of the 4th annual 31 Days of Horror. We will be doing top 5. So if you want to see what we thought of 31 Days of Horror for 2017 in the positive, then check out that video. Do it right now. Do it now. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And in the meantime, my name is Phillip.
And I'm TJ.
And we will talk to you in the next video. Goodbye.
Bye.